And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 686. Today is Monday, March 22nd, 2021. I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. And before you all give us flack, we were actually on time at 10-ish. It just so happened that we were on the wrong YouTube channel. So we streamed to the wrong people, but we were still live at 10. Today's top stories. Judge in SEC case drops bombshells that are positive for Ripple, XRP says lawyer. Coinbase settles with Cftc for $6.5 million over old trading practices. Bitcoin searches in Turkey spiked 566% after Turkish Lira drops 14%. Combined DEX liquidity tags new all-time high of $10 billion. And Microsoft reportedly polling Xbox users about Bitcoin payment options and more. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and look at these prices.
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at the prices for today. Bitcoin at $57,375, up 1% today. Ethereum at $1,787, up 0.3%. Binance coming in at number 3, $268, up 1.9% today. Cardano at $1.19, a little bit of slippage, 0.28% down today. Polkadot at $37.58, up 2% today. XRP up 13% at 57 cents, maybe with some good news, which we'll speak about later. Uniswap at $33.97, up 4.8%. Litecoin at $198, up 1.1%. And last but not least, Chainlink at $29 is up 0.14%. A lot of sideways movement, people. And again, this is the best time to accumulate if you're thinking about it moving forward. Of course, we think the price may appreciate for all these assets, so do not get scared out of the market and continue accumulating.
There it is. There it is. All right. Give some quick shout outs. What's going on? Notes from Jew. Happy Monday from Miami, crypto fan. Hey, shout out to Miami. I got people down there right now on spring break. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all right now? People are in Miami at the beach acting like it's 99, I guess. What's going on? Gracie P. Tiffany from New York, Leroy Forrest, Madam Crypto, Sierra Van Axel, Helen Diva Style, Phil G, Edward K, Kadeem, Blues Lover, Robert Kelly, Lisa Lee, Fanteezy, Sumovid, P-Man Van, Keep Sneed.com. First time I saw you, what's going on? BGN. Let's see. There we go. Gracie said, looking like an alpha with those colors on. These are my colors too. Thank you, Gracie. Notes for Jew said, we will wait for you all 10-ish vibes. Again, we had already logged on. People, don't give us a hard time. D. Chiron, what's going on? Damon King, Fumble the Face, Sergeant Mac. Sergeant Mac said I was late for Talk Shop. I would have cashed in. Sergeant Mac, you definitely would have cashed in yesterday.
Oh man, I missed a good one yesterday.
Yes. Shout out to everyone who joined us on Talk Shop Live yesterday. We had an all-time high there. It was only our 5th episode. And I think we were 106 live. 120 live. Wow, 120 people live. And I think all together we gave out about 900,000 Satoshis, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. Terry Young, what's going on? B1 in the house. Dexter, Amez, Jim, W12, Conway Cleaner, Alfonso Clark, Dexter Hand Sr., Cavs Credit, Jiu-Jitsu, our Honda. What's going on? Bitcoin Vegan, Justin Redrick, Erica K, Carmelo, Brian, KBNYC. I think I got most people. Adrian. Good morning, all, and thank you for joining. Make sure you smash that like and share. Right now, I'm looking at 96 viewers with 41 likes. Stop playing with us right now.
Hey, man, get them likes up. Stop lurking and start liking.
All right. And again, shout out to Shannon Allen. For those looking at this scarf, this was the old scarf for the Cryptic Coin project we are ambassadors of. For those that didn't know at the time, Cryptic Coin was a privacy coin. It was an educational privacy coin to teach people how to use crypto in privacy coins. And this is some of the swag we got back in the day. You got the QR codes on here. I don't know. I saw it in my closet today. And I was like, let me rep this good Cryptic Coin scarf to go with this shirt. But again, before we get started, Bitcoin Zay, what is going on? Tell us about what happened with the Satoshi giveaway yesterday, the 1 million Satoshi giveaway on Sunday. How did that go? And what do we have left for this week?
Oh, man. So yesterday was an epic show. Most viewers we've ever had. Talk Shop Live is a new platform we're using on Sundays at 6 p.m. And on last week's show or yesterday's show, we did the Satoshi Millionaire Challenge. We gave away 1 million Satoshis. We had questions, first come, first serve, whoever answered it first. We had easy, we had medium, we had hard. And actually, we have 100,000 Satoshis we weren't able to give away because of time. So we'll be giving out throughout this week sporadically, just randomly when we feel like it, maybe answer some questions. We'll see. But yes, Satoshi Millionaire game. Lamar Wilson came on from Black Bitcoin Billionaires. Thanks to Lamar for coming on, helped run the game. We had the awesome backgrounds, had the music going, and everybody who was answering questions. Leroy, I remember he was in there answering hard. Michaela, let me see. Few different names.
I have all the names too.
Yeah. Nikolai, Joa,
JB,
Tyshawn, everybody.
Nikolai, Cicely. Gwen, Joe R, Gracie, Gwen, Cicely, Tyshawn, Saber, and Frederick. Those are some.
Shout out to Cicely. She actually got 100,000 Satoshis in one question because it was so hard. Lamar matched it with us. I think
Cicely total took home like 170,000 Satoshis or something.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Somebody could have took home all of them if they got them all right. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing it again. Great time. Talk Shop Live. Make sure you subscribe.
All right, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for everyone who came on again yesterday. Make sure you send us that email with your address name so we can get those Satoshis to you. I think I already received one email from Cicely I saw. So make sure you send those emails with your Bitcoin addresses and we can send those Satoshis. And also shout out to everyone who came with questions, who sent us emails of questions early or put questions in the comments in our videos. That went off. I mean, that was a great success. We just speed rounded 20 minutes of just nonstop crypto and altcoin questions. It was beautiful, people. So make sure you check out Talk Shop Live this Sunday if you haven't already. Bitcoin Day will be gone, but I'll be in and may have a special guest, and we'll be promoting more about that this week. All right. Other than that, top stories of the day. Judge and SEC case drops bombshells that are positive for Ripple XRP, says lawyer. And we are seeing that being reflected in the price today as Ripple came in at 56 cents, almost at 57 cents, up 12.26% on the day. You can actually see this right here on the CoinDesk at the top. Again, attorney Jeremy Hogan says Ripple will be feeling pretty good with comments from the magistrate judge in the SEC's case against the firm and its executives. What is going on with this case? Why are the people at Ripple feeling good? And what made this price rebound?
Oh, man. So it seems as though the war of words has started in this Ripple case. And the lawyer has pointed out two bombshells dropped by the magistrate judge in the ongoing lawsuit with the U.S. SEC. In a YouTube video published Saturday, the attorney Jeremy Hogan, he's actually not involved in the case. He stated that the judge interrupted the discussion to apparently suggest the view that XRP cryptocurrency may not be a security, as the SEC claims. She states, my understanding about XRP is that not only does it have a currency value, but it has a utility. And that utility distinguishes it from Bitcoin and Ether, the judge said, according to Hogan. Now, that statement right there sounds like it's coming from a newbie or a no-coiner who has never heard about Ripple before and has just learned about it on this case. And the way she hears it is like, well, if you can do stuff with it, it must be a currency, when in reality, we all know that's not true. It's a very controlled. It doesn't really have any utility if banks aren't using it. And then also, matters at the heart of the SEC's case against Ripple, since the regulator claims XRP have been sold by the company and its executives without it being registered as a security. So, as she says here, no matter what the SEC may argue, a currency and a security are in definition the opposite. These are two different things. Boom, two bombshells drop. XRP may be getting off. We saw the price go up 14% overnight because maybe this news has signaled, hey, XRP may be back in the game. And we both said publicly, we would love nothing more than XRP to pump to holy hell so people could talk shit for 2 days and then watch it drop back down. That would be hilarious because that's really all it is. It's a pump and dump. Nobody actually uses it. But if people want to get over the SEC, I'm not for the SEC taking them down. This is great.
Yeah, I share those same sentiments exactly. I am not with regulation in the space. I know people, who do we have when we interviewed last, when they were like, I'm not for bad regulation, I'm for good regulation or whatever. I get it. Whatever. I'm not for no regulation. I won't say, I'll take that back. I'm not for no regulation. I am for self-regulation, which, and from what I've seen being in this space daily, I think we do a pretty decent job of, people call out scams when they see them. People call out hacks when they see it. People tell you what services use. We got Clubhouse on. We have all these things. So I'm all about self-regulation. So I am not with this SEC going after XRP also. Now, that being said, we still think XRP is a centralized crap coin. But we're not for the government going after them. Now, and the reason why we're not for the government going after them, because again, people, if XRP falls to the SEC or any other regulator in the United States government, that is going to open up the floodgates, like literally for like 95% of all altcoins. They're dead. They are going to be dead in the water.
Gone.
It won't even be a trial. SEC won't have to go after them. They're going to see this. If Ripple goes down, they would see Ripple go down and be like, hey, we done. Like, time to cash in the chips. We made the money and move to a country that does not send people back to the US. It's not extradite. So with all that being said, again, this is good news to see on XRP side. As you already pointed out, it's kind of funny to see that the judge really don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing about these cases. The judges are not that well versed. It's like early internet cases. They didn't know the IP address and IP law. They didn't have any of that. They were just going off what they first heard. So who knows? And that might work in their favor.
And also, to me, that's the messed up part too, because it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You about to rule against it? But what's even more interesting to me, whether the judge actually knows what they're talking about or not, an even bigger question is, if that judge or anyone that judge knows has Ripple. Do they have XRP? Are they a holder? Do they have money invested? These are very important questions where you're talking about regulators, the law, and the legality of the crypto ecosystem. And the reason being is because what if some of these judges are holding on to Monero? What if they are holding on to Ripple? Like literally no one would know. The only way you can know is if they tell you. If they don't tell you, you have no way of knowing. And we live in a country where the proof is in the pudding, the receipts are there. It's like corruption is real here, just like it's real everywhere else on the planet. So
not even her family. You got to think about family.
That's what I said, family. It could be her
millions,
kid.
Millions in Ripple. And he's like, if you judge get on this case, we can have 10 million. I'll break you. Like, who knows? Because you don't know people's wallets like that. So
again, another reason why I'm all about self-regulation. I want to give a couple of quick shout outs. Helen Diva Style, thank you for the tip. I wasn't home yesterday for Talk Shop Live and my mobile data was too slow to winning Satoshis, but I definitely enjoyed the show. Thank you, Helen. And again, appreciate everybody who joined in. We'll make sure we put those questions in the chat box next time we do it. Because we want to make sure everybody gets a fair chance. We do know you can tell who had a fast internet connection.
The lag was killing everybody, but
the lag was killing some people.
Had that Google Fiber, they was getting
right.
back to back.
Shout out to Neil McDonald. Big shout out from the Netherlands. Keep up the awesome work, guys. Been following since episode 325. Hey, that's a hand clap.
Yeah,
Netherlands.
Shout out to
I've never even been to Netherlands. I want to go, never been, but shout out to Neil for holding us down in the Netherlands. Yeah, I like that,
brother.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. All right, Cassie Nelson said, appreciate you all for this time and info. Oh, for sure. We love being here. Let's see. Linda Brooks, hey, love you too. Terry Young, what's going on? Keith, thank you for the tip. Keith Drummond said, long time listener, first time commenter. You guys keep my hands diamonds. Been holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and IOTA since 2016. Woo!
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Keep holding, baby.
IOTA, man, listen, can IOTA finally come out and do some move? I got the stick poking it. Tell me my refrigerator can order milk by 2021.
Hey,
come on.
Rebrand. If Monaco can rebrand, IOTA can rebrand.
Hey, IOTA might need to rebrand. They got enough money to, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool if they did rebrand. All right, next story up. Oh my goodness, Coinbase settles with CFTC for $6.5 million over owed trading practices. That is right, people. If you notice some of the top headlines today, it was Coinbase saying that, hey, we're actually going to delay our IPO until April. Everyone's wondering why. What happened? Why would you push back possibly getting, $100 and something billion? Who want to say, don't give me $100 and something billion this month? Give it to me next month. No one, right? No one but Coinbase. And I think the reason why is because of this fine. Looks like Coinbase will have to pay a $6.5 million fine to settle allegations it self-traded cryptocurrencies between 2015 and 2018. And you heard it nowhere else but here at the Gym in the Crypto when we started calling out for.
What do we say?
How old is your video, How to Get Off Coinbase? How old is that?
Oh, man, at least a year or 2 years old. But we were talking about Coinbase getting off as soon as we started. We've been saying that forever. So, but yes, this story is great because, all right, first of all, self-trading, that means they took both sides of the trade. All right. And this was a report by the U.S. Treasury Department in 2014. So that's why, there were a lot of things going on with Coinbase. People didn't know this was one. And we realized it because they were adding coins, but they would also have, as it states here, a program that was designed to project how much of any given crypto Coinbase was expected to sell. So they used two automated trading programs and a now former employee of the exchange also allegedly wash traded Litecoin during that time period as well. So we knew this was going, it had to be. And we knew insider trading was happening because of Roger Ver. Roger Ver basically spilled the beans on what we were saying back then, because when they wouldn't upgrade the SegWit, but they added Bitcoin Cash, and all of a sudden the exchange went down, but there was a small group of people, we didn't know who they were. They gained like 200% in like a day. And then as soon as it came back live, it dipped like 80 or whatever from there. So somebody made that profit, and then he came on and was like, there was insider trading, but what can you do about it? That's the industry. And nobody said anything. And Roger Ver just kind of disappeared after that. So we knew what was going on. I think this kind of proves it. But again, if a government agency is trying to take down somebody, if you're trying to be legit with the IPO, you know they're coming. So can't really say I feel sorry for them. But $6.5 million, they just made that by the time I finished what I just said. So drop in the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket for them for sure. And again, I'm looking at this article. It's so many crazy things about it. It turns out, one of the first crazy things about it is to see who came after them. It was the CFTC people, the Commodities Future Trading Commission. It wasn't even the SEC. And again, this brings up my point to who has ownership of this space, which is why I keep saying self-regulation. Like, if we don't allow self-regulation, this is going to happen. Different sets of the same gang are going to come extort. They can be like, oh, I heard you paid the homies up the block. We want our money. Like, that is what's going on right now. CFTC is like, oh, hell no. We heard the SEC getting paid off it. We getting paid off it. Like, how did the CFTC creep into this conversation when it comes to self-traded?
I don't know.
Is Coinbase a commodity? Is crypto a commodity? Or is it a security? We need to figure this out. Also, I'm glad you brought it up. The whole Bitcoin Cash fiasco back in 2017 after the whole failed implementation of SegWit when they went down. Like you said, Roger Ver came out and said something like insider. What was it? I can't remember. I was trying to Google it. He basically said something like market manipulation wasn't illegal. Like, and for him to come out and say it within 48 hours of watching Coinbase manipulate the market just showed it wasn't illegal. But again, they're going back. What's interesting is that they're settling the $6.5 million. So who knows to the extent of this goes, right? This could be something where it was like, hey, they've been doing this all the way up until 2019 or whatever, but the government might say, hey, we're only going to charge you for these 3 years while the price of Bitcoin was low, and then you only had to pay this amount of a fine versus if you were to start saying they were doing it in 2019, 2020. Something else to take from this article, this may be the reason why we started seeing so many Coinbase employees leaving before the whole cultural thing happened, when they were trying to tell you to, don't focus on philosophy or social matters. Before that, people were leaving. I mean, the co-founder left. This may have been the reason why, where the co-founder, everybody was in the room like, bro, y'all trying to go to jail today. I'm not. Like,
he just used that as an excuse.
Right. He was just like, I'm done with Coinbase, but the real reason is here. So it's crazy to see that. Walter Beasley, thank you for the tip. Bitcoin for life, my brothers. You already know it. You already know it. Cassie said it's time to seriously consider what we have, the greatest invention known to man to give freedom. That is right. Oh, Shannon Allen, I called you out today. I summoned you before we started the show, didn't I, Bitcoin Zay? Shannon Allen's in the house. Shannon Allen, this is his cryptic coin gear right here. Shannon Allen said, I think that H-bar has next. So that is where I'm placing my crypto intentions. I actually mentioned that on Talk Shop Live yesterday. I talked about H-bar, Hedera. I also think they still have some more juice left in it. Marcellus Love said Coinbase is the Death Star. Hilarious. JD Scoble, where can I purchase a Bitcoin in Black America sweatshirt? I only saw hoodies online.
Oh, yeah. Just hoodies right now. Sweatshirts will be coming soon. Talking to the designer. So they'll be up soon. I'll let everybody know.
There we go.
The crew next.
Madam Crypto said Coinbase went to trash after GDAX changed. Yep. Coinbase crashed after listing Bcash. My trades were stuck for 7 days. That is crazy. Exactly.
That is what you call manipulation at the highest order. I mean, we saw it live. We literally talked about it when it happened.
Mobato242 said CFTC should go out there. Silver traders, they really wanted to do something. Hey, silver ain't worth as much Bitcoin no more. Let's see. Carmelo said, when there's mass adoption, all the governments want to regulate, then what? What happens in 10 years? That's what I'm telling you. For all the people who saying yes to regulations, they don't even understand. Like, if you say yes in 2021, in 2041, you won't have any freedom. Like, they will be all the way up in there. Let's see. James Johnson said they're going to public at $100 billion in the next month or so. 6.5 million is a drop in the bucket, and the government gave them a slap on the wrist to make sure they are blaming game. No, I'm with you again. I literally think the only reason they chose to do another month, they're not worried about the money or the fines. They're worried about the optic. If you have a chance to get $100+ billion, and then all of a sudden, these are institutions. You got these institutional investors, accredited old school investors. If they hear any type of government agencies coming after you, hands off. That 100 billion can turn to 70 billion real quick. It can turn to 50 billion real quick. It can turn to 30 billion real quick, all off the strength of, hey, isn't the CFTC investigating you guys? So I think that's why they probably say, hey, we're just going to pay them off. It's not much money, 6.5 million to $100 billion. What was that, like $6.50 tops? So
yeah, to them. I mean, to the CFTC, they basically are like the sharks that come out whenever there's about to be an athlete drafted. As soon as an athlete gets drafted, oh, he about to make 100 million. Yeah, let me get my cut. Yeah, let me get my cut. Yeah, remember that time when I helped you back in the day? And then here comes CFTC. Well, you can't make that money unless you give us our 6 million. So it's semi-extortion.
Exactly. And I'll answer this quick one about this since I mentioned it live. D. Sharon said H-bar is quite centralized, isn't it? Always reminded me of XRP. It is very centralized. Again, when I talk about some of these tokens, people, I'm talking about trading. You're talking about long-term investing. We're talking Bitcoin. You're talking about in and out pump fakes, quick shots from the half court line. That's when I'm talking about some of these. So yes, it is definitely centralized, but it's centralized along the likes of like Boeing and Google and some of those. So I'll say that about that. And real quick before we get to the next story, let's see. I saw another great comment, but we'll get to it. All right. Bitcoin searches in Turkey spiked 566% after Turkish Lira drops 14%. Oh my goodness. You talk about it. You talk about a use case, people. Searches for Bitcoin I don't even know why I tried that. Searches for Bitcoin emanating. I've never even said that out loud.
Emanating.
Turkey exploded after news broke regarding the 14% plunge in the value of the Turkish lira. That is right, people. Are you going to wait for your money to plunge 14% before you do that Google search for Bitcoin? What's going on over in Turkey?
Oh, man. So according to data from Google Trends, the number of searches for Bitcoin spiked 566% in the hours immediately following news of the lira's demise. Let me tell you something, people.
We are 24
spoiled.
Hours.
Yeah, we are spoiled America. That's in 24 hours. We are spoiled America. We have a relatively stable currency. Even though inflation is real, people are starting to see food prices go up, starting to see gas prices, starting to see the price of goods go up. Slowly, you can have inflation, hyperinflation like this. And to us, we're like, Bitcoin is just an investment, or, you can just make some money off crypto. No, this is a life or death situation now. That's why it spiked up 566% for searches. And of course, because it flash dipped after Turkey's president, Erdogan, fired the governor of the country's central bank, we see here that human decisions can determine what happens with your money. That day is done. And that's the reason why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exists, because there's no reason why somebody could get fired and now all of a sudden you can't afford milk and bread. What kind of shit is that? That makes no sense, man. And honestly, I'm not surprised that this happened. We've seen it over and over. When the Greek crisis happened, the price of Bitcoin spiked 30% that week. When the what was it in the UK when they had their scare, the price of Bitcoin, I think 30% that week. So every time there is in Venezuela, same thing. Hyperinflation started, Bitcoin cryptocurrency mining went through the roof. Anytime there is an issue, we have a plan B. And I'm sure that in Turkey now, these citizens are looking for ways to use another alternative currency. It only needs to happen once, and people are scared. And now they're going to say to themselves, I don't need fiat. I can use Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is crazy to see. Again, the uptick in the number of Bitcoin searches, as it says here on this Cointelegraph article, by Turkish citizens is at an all-time high to date, representing almost double the number of searches recorded during the bull run of 2017-2018. That is crazy, people. In 24 hours, the number of searches have doubled the amount that this country saw in the bull run of 2017-2018. Maybe if they were searching for it in 2017, 2018, the searches would be down. Now in 2021, the currency drops 14%. And here's what's even crazier, people. As Bitcoin said, these are other countries, that have some of these issues. We're here in this first world country, not really worried about it. But something to consider. if anything does happen to the dollar, if it does, which is why we, too big to fail. That is where too big to fail came from. Too big to fail. We got to bail out the big three automakers. Too big to fail. We got to bail out banks, because they kept saying if the automakers go down, a large percent of the United States jobs and everything else will go down and drain with it. If the banks go down, then the dollar will slide and the entire planet might go through some type of economic crisis. Too big to fail. Again, we see that here in the States. But my point is, if we were to fail, if something were to slip, if all of a sudden the dollar wasn't as stable, if more banks did go down, if another financial crisis were to happen, which we still have not seen in the lifetime of Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin came after the 2008 financial crisis. We haven't seen crisis with Bitcoin. Pandemic was the closest thing to crisis we have seen since Bitcoin has come about, and we saw what the pandemic has done to it. So if any of these things were to slide, 2% or whatever, the cause it will have on a global scale itself will make those Bitcoin searches go up everywhere. And I think that will make the price just go parabolic overnight. Like, could you imagine that? Something happens to a dollar or Chase Bank or something like that, it's over with on a global scale.
Yeah, and we might see that at the end of the year, because again, that's when the house of cards falls. When the U.S. card falls, good gracious. Don't want to see it too bad, but at the same time, these are decisions made by people we don't know.
There it is. All right, combined DEX liquidity tags, all new time high. I don't know if I said that right. Combined DEX liquidity tags, new all-time high of $10 billion. That is right. Uniswap's dominance over the Ethereum DEX sector continues to grow, with the exchange representing more than half of the sector's combined weekly volume. That is crazy, people. And honestly, I think Uniswap is going through the same thing that we saw Bitcoin go through. Bitcoin was successful, all that. Hey, fork it and create another one. Oh, the other one's successful. Fork it again. So we've seen that. I mean, you got Uniswap, you had Sushi Swap, you got Pancake Swap. You have all different types of DEXs out there now.
Fork it again.
Right. And now to see them actually represent more than half of the entire combined weekly volume, pretty cool to see coming from Uniswap. Again, this is the amount of collateral on decentralized exchanges is nearing a milestone high of $10 billion, with Uniswap still sitting at the top of the heap. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, yeah. So I'm glad to see that, as it states here, over half of the total liquidity locked up in DEXs are through DApp Radar. They stated that Uniswap has half of the liquidity with a TVL of 5.4 billion. We, as you said before, we were talking about one other channel that talked about DeFi being the biggest thing this year. They were correct, because DeFi absolutely took off. Seeing it before was $1 billion industry, and to now to 10 billion. It's only getting started. And I want to remind people, DeFi is not only on Ethereum. This is the biggest, thing on Ethereum right now. However, DeFi can be used on Bitcoin. DeFi can potentially be used on other smart contract platforms. Of course, they have to perform, but this is a good indicator, because we're in price discovery mode, and I'm glad to see it, because long-term DeFi does help, and it does give people entryway into a financial system that usually keeps people out.
One thing I want to say when it comes to DeFi and NFTs as well, people, you have to remember, this is 2017, right? Like, this whole year is 2017. This is definitely 2017 for DeFi. And NFTs is like 2016, 2017. I make that point because they haven't grown big enough to garner attention. The same way in 2016, no one was still paying attention to Bitcoin. Honestly, into 2017, to the summertime, people weren't paying attention. After the SegWit fiasco happened, that is when it kind of heated up a little bit. Because of the amount of corporate players that are involved. But by and large, no one was paying attention to Bitcoin the first half of 2017. I say all that because as the NFT space continues to grow, as the DeFi space continues to grow, do not think it's just going to be all moonshots and all roses and gold and all that. No, the regulators are going to come regulate, people.
They coming. And on top of that, you got the hacks. I think it's been 17 protocols that's got hacked in the DeFi space. You got hacks. You got regulators coming. You also have bugs in code that, for some reason, if you want to use a decentralized smart contract, if it's one bug, it could take all your money. So for some reason, they don't want to get audited, even though they want to keep it decentralized. A lot of attack vectors, so you got to be careful.
There it is.
But it is early. Like you said, it's early. Wild, wild west, baby.
It's early. And that's the crazy thing, because it's one of those things where we've already seen the good projects. Again, the great thing about the DeFi space, a lot of open source projects, a lot of people who's like, hey, well, I don't own this thing. Everybody owns it. Everybody who's involved owns it. So that is the good thing about a truly decentralized project. But for some of those who are riding the fence, who are doing that whole, hey, we'll be decentralized in 11 months after we get the rest of this money and spend it. Like, all right, When those 11 on month 12, the government gonna knock on your door and be like, hey, we heard you had a good year. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that side of things too. Cassie Nelson said nobody was concerned when it was at 6 pennies. Now it's on a tear, for sure. Let's see. S1 Dove said news coming out that many U.S. pension funds said they will be out of funds by 2028. That is crazy. Foam of the Face said the banking system holds the economy hostage. I believe that as well. Let's see. Shannon said, my friend is a VP at a big bank. They are trying to go for it all, even Fortnite, because they are putting it as part of KYC. Oh, great point. I did see that comment you just made. I want to bring that comment up. I'm trying to go back to it. It was about video games. There it is. Shannon said, my friend that works for banks said they are trying to place tax even in digital games. They are trying to go for it all, even Minecraft.
Come on, man.
This is a big one to talk about.
Taxes.
Huge. They actually are trying to go after video games, people. Turns out the money launderers and fraudsters found another way. They said, hey, you want to cut off the fiat thing? You trying to mine their Bitcoin or whatever? We'll go video games. That is right. On some games where you can trade skins, material, buy things in store, all that other stuff allows for money launderers to come in and buy a skin for however much they want, all types of stuff. So because of that, now it's been new words coming out. A few facts you all need to know, and I'll give this to the people who's been pumping and shilling engine on our channel for I don't know how long. For gamers out there, the gaming space is going to continue to get bigger. I think they said in the next few years, like literally majority, over half the earth will be involved in gaming, in the gaming sector somehow. So with that being said, the government is now, as Shannon just pointed out, the government is now turning to video games for taxes. Basically the regulation. They want to regulate the video game market as well, as we're seeing in the crypto space. And of course, that would sound kind of crazy until you see this next story. Microsoft reportedly polling Xbox users about Bitcoin payment option. Microsoft wants to know if gamers would spend crypto at the Xbox online store. People, who's Microsoft? Is that Bill Gates? Why Bill Gates worried about crypto again? I thought between him and Charlie,
all these people that
Charlie
don't like
Buffett.
Bitcoin. Yeah, all these people that don't like Bitcoin accept Bitcoin. Peter Schiff accepts Bitcoin for gold. Bill Gates with Microsoft accepts Bitcoin. Of course you don't like Bitcoin, but somehow you accept it. All right, whatever.
This is crazy. Yeah. But tech giant Microsoft seems to be considering introducing Bitcoin payments at its Xbox gaming console online store. It doesn't say in the story, but Bill Gates said basically behind the scenes, oh my God, my dollars might not be worth anything one day. How can I get Bitcoin without overtly showing people I'm going to buy it or mine it? And I'm sure his young staffers were like, hey, you could just accept it on your Xbox. And he's like, oh, brilliant idea. We'll do that. So according to a March 21st Reddit post on our Xbox Series X, Microsoft has put out a survey asking Xbox users about their preferred payment options at its online store. Which of these other payment methods would you like to use on Xbox? The purported survey asks, listing Bitcoin as one of the potential payment methods. The same photo has also been circulating across several other subreddits, including ETHTrader and Bitcoin. Now, again, this is on Reddit, so I'm not seeing anything come out from Microsoft just yet. Myself haven't done that homework on that. So we've seen this in the past before where people would create fake things like this, but I don't know why they would create something fake like this. Like who's trying to pump Microsoft stock, like the old stock, right? So again, how do you currently pay for things on Xbox? What do you think about the number of payment methods supported for buying things on Xbox? Which of these other payment methods would you like to use on Xbox? They actually have pay with Bitcoin on there. This is huge, people. This is crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, they've been accepting Bitcoin since 2014. They just haven't really made it that public, but I've seen it having a Microsoft Word account. They have the option to pay with Bitcoin. Of course, I didn't. I'm not giving you all on Bitcoin for no damn MS Word. But again, the option's been there. Of course, they're forward thinking because gamers are going to, I think the NFT, Bitcoin space, crypto space is only beginning when it comes to gamers because they have a whole virtual world that's being built right now. So shout out to them for at least giving the option because some people may want to use that. But again, this is just shows how far Bitcoin's infiltrated into our culture. Not going away, people.
Yeah, I mean, again, that is crazy to see it come all the way over to the video game space as well. So people, this is it. Like this is happening. It's going on full time. And look, just in time as well, I found the quote I was looking for. People, go ahead and blow this up for you. Here it is, Roger. Specific quote: I think insider trading is a non-crime. This is what he wrote after the whole Bitcoin Cash fiasco. Like literally the same week when Coinbase shut down, when they listed Bitcoin Cash, everyone has their orders stuck who are still on the platform at the time. And then Roger comes out at the same time of Coinbase being locked down saying, I think insider trading is a non-crime. Public statement, whatever. And it looks like it is a non-crime as of now. So again, this is pretty interesting to see. I didn't even know this. It said Vera in the past had been arrested for using the internet to sell explosives. I forgot all about that. Man, that man's been around.
He's been around. I say he's lived a life.
Let's see. Name the dream. I think I'm saying that correctly. Pardon me if I am not. Don't sell Bitcoin. They are trying to keep your coin for fiat. That is right. Let's see. Yeah, stop lurking, start liking. There we go, Zay. Ricardo Hernandez said that's why Bill Gates is buying all the land so he can mine for Bitcoin. Oh, one last story I want to make sure I cover or just at least mention before we leave. Shout out to the Gemini twins. Gemini twins has a building. They have a building in Decentraland now. And at the front of the building, it says hold. It is crazy. I was actually here. Let me bring it up. This weekend, I was trying to figure out how much land plots cost in Decentraland. And right now, a plot of land in Decentraland is going for like $8,000, people. It is crazy.
Oh, man.
Like eight G's or something. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to take that 8 and buy me some real land.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly.
Let me see if I can bring this up. You got anything else we close on out there? I'm trying to find their Decentraland thing. I'm having some problems. I'm using DuckDuckGo. You know, DuckDuckGo does a great job at the search to hide it, but they always bring up all the search queries. Did you have anything before we call it a day, Bitcoin Zay?
I was gonna say another option, crypto voxels for a digital world. Show that real quick. Let me see. Because like you were saying, you can have these digital worlds. You go in, you can view it, and then you can look at stuff. We might have to do something here because look, you can view YouTube videos and whatnot. So kind of like what they have there, we could do it here. Yeah. So everybody, look out for that. We definitely gonna have a digital show at some point.
Yeah, do a digital show in one of these places. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
all right,
wait,
I
brother.
Can't find it.
But yeah, Talk Shop Live, 6 p.m. Sundays. Make sure you watch it. Clubhouse, we're getting on at 11. Catch us on there, Black Bitcoin Billionaires.
All right. Other than that, that is the show for the day. Make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.
Cheers. All-time high, baby.
Hey.